When you stop caring about someone's approval, something powerful begins to change. The energy you once spent trying to impress, convince, or chase suddenly returns to you. Many people spend months or even years trying to win attention from someone who keeps pulling away. But the strange truth is this: the moment you release the need for their validation, their behavior often shifts. Human psychology is deeply influenced by value and scarcity. When someone senses that your attention is no longer guaranteed, they begin to notice the space you've created. People are naturally drawn to what feels valuable. When you constantly chase someone, you unintentionally signal that they hold the power in the relationship. Your time, your attention, and your emotions become easily available. Unfortunately, what is always available is often taken for granted, but when you step back and stop over-investing, your presence becomes something that is no longer automatic. That shift alone can make someone suddenly curious about you again. Letting go does not mean becoming cold or bitter. It means reclaiming your emotional independence. When you stop caring about whether someone texts back immediately, whether they approve of your choices, or whether they constantly validate you, you begin to operate from a place of strength. Confidence grows when your happiness no longer depends on someone else's behavior. Psychologists often explain that people value what they might lose. When someone realizes that your attention is no longer chasing them, their mind begins to question what changed. They start thinking about the moments you shared, the energy you used to bring, and the emotional support they may have overlooked. Suddenly, the absence of your attention becomes louder than your constant presence ever was. There is also a deep psychological principle called emotional contrast. When someone becomes used to receiving your constant effort, your silence or distance creates a noticeable difference. This contrast makes them more aware of what they once had. It's similar to how people rarely appreciate silence until they are surrounded by noise. Your absence becomes the thing that awakens their awareness. Many people misunderstand the idea of letting go. They believe it is a strategy to manipulate someone into chasing them. True letting go is not about manipulation. It's about releasing control and focusing on your own life again. Ironically, when your focus shifts away from them and back onto your growth, your energy becomes more attractive. When someone sees you moving forward without them, it disrupts the expectation they once had. They might have believed that you would always be available, always waiting, always trying. But when you redirect your energy toward your own goals, passions, and peace of mind, they begin to realize that your life does not revolve around them. Confidence is one of the most magnetic traits a person can possess. When you stop chasing approval, your actions begin to reflect quiet confidence. You become calmer, more focused, and less reactive. Instead of constantly checking your phone or analyzing every message, you start investing your attention into things that genuinely improve your life. This transformation often triggers curiosity in the other person. They begin wondering why you changed. Why are you not reacting the way you used to? Why are you not chasing anymore? Questions like these naturally pull their attention back toward you. Another reason people start chasing when you stop caring is related to the psychology of control. In many relationships, one person unconsciously becomes the pursuer, while the other becomes the distancer. The pursuer tries harder, while the distancer slowly withdraws. But when the pursuer stops chasing, the balance of the relationship changes. The person who was once distant may suddenly feel the urge to reconnect. This shift is not about playing games. It is about restoring balance. Healthy relationships require mutual effort, not one person constantly chasing while the other enjoys the attention. When you let go, you also free yourself from emotional exhaustion. Constantly worrying about someone's reactions drains your mental energy. Overthinking every message, every delay, and every change in tone can slowly consume your peace of mind. But when you detach from the need for constant reassurance, your mind becomes lighter. People often become more attractive when they are emotionally self-sufficient. This means they enjoy companionship, but they do not depend on it for their sense of worth. When someone sees that your happiness does not rely on their validation, they start viewing you differently. Letting go also changes the way you communicate. Instead of seeking approval, you speak honestly and calmly. You no longer feel the need to over-explain yourself or constantly prove your value. This authenticity creates a stronger presence. Another powerful aspect of letting go is the way it reshapes your priorities. Instead of investing all your attention into someone who may not fully appreciate it, you begin focusing on your personal growth. Your goals, your health, your ambitions, and your passions become the center of your energy. This growth naturally attracts attention. When someone sees you evolving, improving, and moving forward, it sends a clear message: your life is expanding. People are drawn to individuals who are progressing and building something meaningful. There is also a subtle emotional signal that occurs when you stop caring. Your energy becomes calmer and more grounded. Desperation disappears, and patience replaces it. This emotional stability can be very attractive because it shows that you are comfortable with yourself. When someone senses that you are no longer chasing their approval, they may begin to question their own behavior. They might reflect on the times they ignored your efforts or took your attention for granted. This reflection can spark a desire to reconnect. However, it is important to understand something crucial. Letting go should always be about your peace, not about forcing someone to return. Sometimes people do come back when you stop chasing them. Other times they don't. But the real victory lies in reclaiming your emotional independence. When you stop caring about outcomes you cannot control, you regain control over your own life. Your happiness becomes internal rather than dependent on someone else's actions. Many successful and emotionally strong people practice this mindset. They invest their energy where it is appreciated and withdraw it where it is ignored. This simple shift protects their time, their focus, and their self-respect. Letting go also teaches you an important lesson about value. Your attention, kindness, and emotional support are valuable. When you offer them to someone who does not appreciate them, you diminish their impact. But when you reserve your energy for people who reciprocate it, your presence becomes far more meaningful. Sometimes the person who begins chasing you after you let go is not truly ready to value you. They may simply miss the attention they once received. This is why emotional awareness is important. If someone returns, observe their actions carefully. True change is reflected through consistent behavior, not temporary interest. One of the most empowering realizations in life is understanding that you cannot force someone to recognize your worth. But you can choose where your energy goes. You can choose who receives your time and attention. When you stop chasing someone who is indifferent, you create space for people who genuinely appreciate you. The energy you once spent trying to convince someone now becomes available for relationships that are balanced and healthy. Many people discover that their lives improve dramatically when they stop over-investing in one person. Their confidence grows, their focus sharpens, and their emotional stability strengthens. This is the real power of letting go. It shifts your life from reaction to intention. Instead of reacting to someone else's behavior, you begin acting based on your own values and goals. The most interesting part of this transformation is that people can sense it. They notice the difference in how you carry yourself. Your words become calmer, your decisions become clearer, and your boundaries become stronger. Boundaries are a key part of emotional strength. When you stop caring about pleasing everyone, you become more selective with your time and attention. This selectiveness signals self-respect. Self-respect is incredibly attractive. It shows that you value yourself enough not to tolerate constant disrespect, neglect, or emotional games. Ironically, the moment you stop trying to prove your worth is often the moment people begin to see it. Your silence becomes powerful. Your independence becomes noticeable. Your focus becomes inspiring. And even if someone does not come back into your life, you still win. Because you have reclaimed something far more important than their attention, your peace of mind. You begin waking up without the constant urge to check messages. Your mood is no longer controlled by someone else's responses. Your mind becomes free to focus on growth, creativity, and meaningful connections. This kind of emotional freedom is one of the greatest forms of personal power. If this message resonates with you and you want to continue learning powerful psychological insights like this, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I regularly share videos that help you build confidence, understand human behavior, and strengthen your mindset so you can live with more clarity, respect, and inner peace. Subscribe now and join a growing community that is learning how to master emotions, build stronger relationships, and develop a mindset that attracts respect and success.